This is an impromptu. So I've been getting calls from all the specific sections responsible for said complaints that I did with my congressional. Okay. Now I've had some decent conversations, and I've had some ones I've really had to push down on the gas and sometimes hit the brakes. Some of these people in the department say some of them like to gloss over things. Other ones have been extremely helpful that see where they can make change and where they need to get on board. Because a lot of these people, they don't have a voice. These Korean War guys in there, Vietnam War guys that have to stay in that facility, this brand new Building 100 facility, $150 million. My biggest complaint today, as we were speaking of one of the things they were just going to gloss over, was the bed. I got to talk to a different department person on these beds. So they have 10 beds at the VA for Tampa available for after inpatient physical therapy. So after a night, you do your surgery, stay in Building 100, you go directly, or you're supposed to go directly, but they don't have the beds because they only have 10. Now they have 10 in another department that they can possibly reallocate and push those into the other one. And that's a fix, right? That's a project management, right? Scrum master type fix. Now you got 20 beds. Okay. Well, now what? Well, why are we limiting the beds? How much money does the VA get? They have endless amounts of money. Buckets to fill the abyss of money. And this is the care they get. The bed for me is a hill that I'm willing to just die on. The bed was so uncomfortable. For me, I can only imagine for somebody that's in their 70s, that's barely keeping it together piece by piece, that the VA's been keeping them put together forever, laying on that bed. I couldn't even do it more than a night. I couldn't sleep. The mattress, I took pictures of the bed too. And a black little 4-inch mattress. People at the county probably have a better bed than grandpa that served in Vietnam. I asked some of the people that worked there, and I did it classy. I was like, I'm not gonna stay here another night. I'm gonna go home. I couldn't sleep. I'm not gonna stay here. And I asked a couple of the doctors, have you laid on this? No, I haven't. And they didn't give me pushback. They acknowledged it. It's not their fault. So whoever government employee contracted, got their government purchase card, probably didn't even lay on this, just called the first rep for the first bed. I know how it works. And said, let me get 500 beds or however, 400 beds, 200 beds, 100 beds, what? Mattress like this, black plastic. And the bed's hard plastic. So you have shitty mattress, plastic, shitty bed, plastic. And these are your people coming out of ortho. Heroes to the country. Heroes to the country. And we have 10 beds allocated for inpatient physical therapy. Somebody help me make fucking sense of this. Sorry, I'm gonna cuss. Please tell me. And how many hundreds or thousands came before me that had to sit there and suffer with this? And nobody said anything, or they didn't know how to. They didn't have a voice. They didn't have the throat chakra, the wherewithal, how to figure it out, how to navigate the system, because the system, they make it complex. So you can't navigate it. Well, we need to start figuring it out. And most of us, some of us are. And because I have a voice, I have to say something about it. So as these calls continue to close out or follow up, I've requested from all the departments their final typed up product to go with the congressional, because I want it in black and white. Talked to a few people. I got their names. But the bed situation is so unsad. And I think I missed an opportunity earlier, because my brain goes like that, to bring this full circle. And I asked the guy, I said, you've seen the bed, right? Yeah. Okay. How old are you? About my told his age. Okay, you add another 30 years on that, and you're in here, and you're getting a knee surgery, hip surgery. Would want no? His answer was no. And I said, well, what if your son in the future serves in the military, and in their life they got to come in here after 3 hip replacements in 2 years? And this isn't about me. This is about for the people that don't have a voice. The definition of insanity is continuously doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. And the people that work there are just as complacent because you see it. And I know it's difficult to step up to the system and say, I'm going to be the change, because you're going to get crushed by the system, by the people you work with and for. This needs to stop. And as much money as the VA, I would love to see the president look at this bed. He would be disgusted. I think there's a lot of people on that cabinet that would be disgusted. Secretary of Defense, Hegseth. He'd be ashamed of those beds in Tampa. It's a big spec op community, retiree community down here at McDeal, however you want to say it. People that know. You know, I'd like to see the mayor go in there and lay on that. Tell me if she would even want to sleep on that a night healthy. I bet you the answer would be no. Do better. Our veterans deserve better. I know I deserve better after 24 years.